why do you think journalism is still good and still flourishes?
You're absolutely right. Internet is the only reason for existence of Russian journalism, and actually everything good that happens in Russian journalism is happening thanks to internet. One thing is that that journalists can receive occasional help from those people who are not working for newspapers or TV channels. For example, it was, I would say, 5 years ago when that time Prime Minister Pushkin performed his PR show. He traveled across the Siberia in a yellow car called Lada, and that was a journalist who discovered that actually he's got 3 Ladas, and the whole procession was made of 100 cars. That was occasional bystander who had mobile telephone, and he made video and put it into YouTube. He wasn't TV operator of a oppositional TV channel.
Citizen journalist.
Yeah, but he helped all the independent media in the country, and he made it visible and known. And YouTube and Twitter and social media is the greatest achievement of Russian journalism.
Все аналогии исторические, они, с одной стороны, они необходимы, с другой стороны, они обманчивы.
All those historical analogies are necessary, but they're also deceptive. I mean, they deceive you into.
Когда мы употребляем слова применительно к России, сталинизм, например, возрождение сталинизма.
So when we talk about the renaissance of Stalinism,
или когда мы употребляем слово фашизм применительно к нашей стране,
or we call the regime fascist,
мы иногда, как мне кажется, подменяем сущность. Мы не пытаемся понять то, что есть, подменяя то, что есть, тем, что мы знаем.
I think we're using what we know to actually substitute for what exists there, not trying to actually understand the essence of it.
Из этого не следует, что то, что есть, лучше, чем фашизм или чем сталинизм.
It doesn't mean to say that what exists over there is better than Stalinism or fascism.
Но, возможно, оно другое, и употребляя эти слова, самое важное в том, что оно есть, мы можем просто не понять.
But perhaps what is out there is different, and while we use the word Stalinism or fascism, we're actually not trying to understand properly the meaning of what it is.
Я могу только предполагать, что думают люди, которые решают что-то такое в Кремле. Я не могу залезть себе в голову.
I can only imagine what people in the Kremlin are thinking when they're making decisions. I cannot just get into their heads.
Но если они решили решать проблему с будущим кризисом именно так, уничтожая, закатывая поляну до конца асфальтом, то это, с моей точки зрения, большая глупость.
But if they have decided to deal with the financial crisis by asphalting over the free media, I think this is very stupid indeed.
У Владимира Ильича Ленина, которого мы еще читали, конспектировали,
Lenin, who we used to actually make notes of when we were reading,
была такая работа, «Последний клапан» называлась.
The Last Valve. He wrote a note called The Last Valve.
Так в его логике царское правительство накануне революции стремилось клапаны открывать.
So, to let off steam, the Tsarist regime on the eve of the revolution used to open up the valves.
Это не помогло, кстати.
Which in fact helped, which didn't help at all.
Но если клапаны закрывать, маленькие, негосударственные, провинциальные медиа вроде нашего, это как раз те самые клапаны и есть.
And the provincial media, like our TV station, are those safety valves. And if you shut them off, if they close them down,
так вот, с моей точки зрения, это не очень продуктивная стратегия.
It's not a very productive strategy at all.
Then when I was speaking about new type of journalism, I wasn't speaking about ourselves. I think that we are rather old-fashioned journalists. I was speaking about social media, about bloggers, and I gave an example of Alexei Navalny, who does not think that he's a journalist, but I think that he is. So I'm not sure that it's probably that is a political movement or political instrument. But if there is water falling from the sky, probably that could be called a rain. If it's not a rain, but that's got the same function, and that looks like a rain, and probably that would be helpful like a rain. So that could be called a journalism if it fulfills all the necessary functions of journalism. If it provides the audience with the truthful information and with the quality investigations.
Я думаю, что изменения в нашей судьбе – результат последних изменений в климате страны.
The recent changes in the climate of the country have resulted in our close down.
Но смена губернатора тоже повлияла.
But of course, the change of the governor also had an effect.
Потому что я знаю некоторые регионы, я даже не хочу их называть.
Because I know of regions, I'm not going to name them,
где существует медиа наподобие, медиа или телекомпании наподобие нашей, может быть, чуть меньше они себе позволяют, но все-таки они существуют, потому что местная власть более лояльна по отношению.
Surviving TV companies, media outlets, similar to ours, perhaps not as brave, but still existing because there is a better attitude, better relations between the local authorities and.
Но изменения климата в последние 1,5 года, они не благоприятствуют медиа.
But obviously, the recent changes do not really contribute in any positive way to what is happening.
Пока еще я впервые в жизни оказался на первой странице газеты в качестве одной томской газеты. В качестве представителя пятой колонны, это для меня пока еще не совсем привычное ощущение.
I made the front page of one of the Tomsk newspapers as the representative of the fifth column, and I think that's not very nice to hear about myself. I'm still not used to hearing that.
Я просто называю себя либералом.
I just call myself a liberal.
И объясняю, что такое либерализм в моем понимании.
And just try to explain what I mean by liberalism.
И у меня нет задачи переубедить людей, которые думают иначе, относительно того, что собой либерализм представляет.
And I'm not intending to change the minds of those who have a different notion of liberalism.
Я воспринимаю свою задачу иначе, как задачу коммуникации с теми людьми, которые думают не так, как я.
My job is different. My job is to communicate with those people who think differently from me.
И должен сказать, что телекомпания, на которой я работал, частично эту задачу решала.
And I think the TV company I worked for has partially succeeded in doing this.
Я разговаривал с людьми, которые выходили нас защищать.
Because I've talked to our supporters, people who went out to protest and to support us.
Там было очень немного либералов.
There were very few liberals among them.
И многие из них говорили: мы ненавидим тебя конкретно.
And a lot of them said, we hate you personally.
Но, несмотря на это, мы пришли вас поддержать, потому что, и дальше они объясняли почему.
Despite that, we have come out to support you, and then they explained why.
И это меня очень воодушевляло.
And that really encouraged me.
Оно свидетельствовало о том, что моя редакционная политика была правильной.
It was a sign of a good editorial policy.
Вот как-то так.
Not a long time ago, occasionally I became a witness of a small talk of a group of well-known Moscow political celebrities. Some of them members of Moscow government, some of them worked for Russian government, and all of them used to be known for their liberal views. But they are in charge. They are still in several this or that government. They are working. They have not resigned, and that's why their reputation is a bit controversial. And somehow they started criticizing our TV channel. And one of them said, "I know what's your biggest problem, the biggest problem of Dozhd. You cannot find out whose you are. Are you with us, liberals, or you're going to attack us?" And that lady who said that, she was sincere. She really thought that she and her colleagues are real liberals, and we're something unknown and something extraordinary, something in the middle. I'm not sure about the rehabilitation of Russian liberalism, because Russian liberals sincerely are asking questions. Whose are they? That's not wrong. That's not the right kind of question.
Not for a liberal, no.
Yeah.
Peter Pomerantsev, who many of you will have read, who's written a book called "Nothing is True, but Everything is Possible," quotes Mr. Surkov, who has not come up in this conversation, maybe should, as saying, "I like to call myself a liberal. It means I can do anything."